Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so time for Stamping with Denise. Let me pull this up on my computer and give everybody a second to find us. And then we'll be ready to get started. Great. Everybody have a nice weekend? I did. I had 2 classes on Saturday, so it was a busy day. But it's a good, I was tired, but it was a good kind of tired. So, anyway. It snowed here, too, so we've had, we've not had a bad winter for Michigan, but it's only the beginning of the second week of February, so we'll see what happens. So I'm glad to be with you tonight. Mondays are always rough days for me at work, so I kind of like being able to come here, see y'all, and share a new project with you. Tonight I have a 3D project, so I hope you're going to like it. Giving you just a second for others to come in. I don't know if you're on my, well, obviously you're probably on my Facebook page if you're here, because this is where I'm at. Saturday night I had 6 ladies come and we made 56 of these cute little boxes. I know that's hard to see. I'm trying to get it. There you go. You can get a good, see like this. And inside, now this one has Tylenol, but it fits a chapstick and a Kleenex really nicely. And we made 56 of these, and they're gonna get donated to one of the local cancer centers. So it was a lot of fun. Everyone had a great time. We had some brand new people who had never stamped before or crafted before, and some people who were old pros. So it was a lot of fun. And if you're watching me and you'd like to share my video, you get a chance to win the project we're working on tonight. So last week, if you recall, I showed you the, what's it called? Masking technique. And, making those kind of waves in the background. And someone who shared last week is going to win this card, and that's Wendy O'Brien. So Wendy, I will be sending you a message so that you can give me your address, and I can get that card off in the mail to you. Thank you so much. So those of you who like, what you're seeing, please share it so that your friends can join in case they'd like to. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to get started here. I'm going to turn the phone around and show you the fun 3D project we're going to work on tonight. Hang tight. Okay, how's that? So, yep, you got it. We got a fun box that we're going to work on tonight. I mean, it's perfect. You could put a lot of treats in there. You know what I think of putting in there? Those round peppermints, things like that. But you could put any kind of small gift in there. It could be a thank you, a happy birthday, a thinking of you. And I didn't realize it when I was getting started, but I'm using a lot of products from Sale-A-Bration, okay? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get started. And I'll show you how it's put together. The directions, the measurements will all be on the, under the video once I get it posted, okay? I may have to move stuff out of the way because I got to pull the scoreboard in here, or the cutting board. Hopefully we can get some good visualization here. Hang tight. That should work pretty well, I think. Okay, I know there's a little bit of glare, but let's see. That goes away. Okay, so this piece of cardstock is 11 by 8 1/4. Now a full piece is 11 by 8 1/2. So you're only cutting off 1/4 of an inch, okay? So along the long side, I've already cut it down to the 11 by 8 1/4. We are going to score this at 1/2 an inch. And let's see here, put this down, put that right there, and score. Then we're going to score it at 2 1/2 inches. At 8 1/2 inches. And at 10 1/2 inches. Then on the short side, it's really easy. It's 2, 4, 6, and 8. So there's 2, 4, 6, and here is 8. Okay, and that's all we need for that. So I'm going to get rid of the board, the trimmer and score. Okay, so now we're going to do some cutting on the paper, and I kind of thought this was a good idea. I saw somebody else draw this out, and I thought this was a good idea to help give you a visualization of what we're going to cut out on here. Okay, so I'll put this here, and these two sides are mirror images of each other. So what we do on this end, you're going to do on that end. And this is just a piece of scratch paper that it's just an old piece of paper, and I scored it, but then so that you could see the score lines, I darkened them up. And then everything with the purple is what we're going to cut away, okay? And so we're going to cut these little side pieces out here on this on both sides. We'll do one right here. And I don't know if you can notice it, but we're also going to take just a little triangle out of right here. Okay? Then we're going to leave the first one. And actually, I'm going to cut you want to cut just to the inside of your score line. Because, these are pieces of a box that need to fit together. So if they're just slightly smaller, it's better. So we're going to leave this one here full. And then this one, we are going to cut. And then you can see this score line here, but we're taking just a little bit off of that second one. Oops, sorry. Probably should have folded these first before I cut them, but that's okay. The third one we're going to take out completely, and the fourth one we're going to cut a little bit and kind of wedge the edge. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit out of here and I'm going to cut from this side, I think, just a little bit. Like I said, just makes it all fit together so much better. And I think before I cut the other side, I'm going to go ahead and burnish this with the bone folder. Where is it at? I thought I had it out here. Oh, it's still in my basket. Okay. So we always want to fold toward the mountain. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm supposed to take that one out, but we'll go back. We'll go back and do that. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll just do this first. Okay, and we'll do this side here. right here. And we're going to do this way. So, I got tired of doing cards, so I thought I'd show you all a box. So we can always use boxes. I tell you, it was funny, at Christmas time at work, we drew Secret Santas, and I happened to draw the name of somebody who was very artistic, and she also makes cards. She has her own little card company on the side. Well, problem was, I knew if I started making boxes for her gifts, she'd know exactly who it was, so I was scrambling at Christmas time looking for boxes. It was kind of funny. I was a little bit frustrated. Okay, so this one we've cut, this one's got to go. So we're going to put that up, cut this out right like this. And you're going to save that because you're going to use that later. Okay. And I'm going to straighten that out just a little bit because I didn't cut that very straight. I mean, yeah, I suppose you could put it on the trimmer if you want, but that's okay. And then I did not trim this one. Or fold this one. Okay. Okay, very good. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to cut this part out. It's not, you know, they look very, putting boxes and stuff together look real complicated, but you know what? They really aren't. You just have to kind of think it through. So we're going to trim up this side here, and I'm going to go up both sides of these score lines just so that I get a good fit. I may have to go back and adjust that just a little bit too. So, there we go. Trim this right up this side, because this third one we're going to take out, so there we go. Let's see, yep, this one I make a little bit shorter. I'm going to do this one at an angle. I just think it's easier to go. There we go. This one, I'm trying to make this simple. I know I'm not, but cut that one right off there. All of a sudden I hit a moment. I thought I cut the wrong thing. And then we're going to cut this one here a little bit shorter too. Okay, and that's that. That's all the cutting done. So, oops, let's put it right on here. You can see how it fits. Gosh, it looks pretty doggone good. Okay, very good. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side. It's nice to have that visual for yourself. Next thing we're going to do is round these flaps. These are going to be the part of the box that you tuck in, and it'll be easier if you round it. So I'm going to use our detailed trio punch. One of them is a corner rounder. So we're just going to pop these in here. I like to do it upside down so I can see and make sure I get my paper seated right in the corner. Very good. Okay. For those that have joined me late, welcome. Remember, if you share my video, we will send out a card or project to you. I don't know if this will fit in an envelope or not. I'll have to see. If I can't, and if you share and your name is chosen, if you're local, I'll save the box for you. If not, I'll send you a card instead. Okay. Okay, and so then what we're going to do is we're going to glue on these pieces of designer series paper. These are from the Lily Impressions designer series paper. Yeah, Lily Impressions, and which is free during Sale-A-Bration. It's really, really pretty paper. So we're going to just put them on just like that. Move that out of the way. And I'm going to use my Tombow liquid glue. So it's Valentine's Day on Friday. Has everybody made a card for their Valentine or a treat of some sort? Yep. For my card classes in January, I try to do a card that could be, used for Valentine's Day, but isn't like absolutely Valentine's, because maybe not, everybody has one, a Valentine, which is sad. I want everybody to have a Valentine. So we're gonna put this right in here. Bertumbo glue is great. Gives you just a moment to position stuff. You don't want it to do that. You don't want it to ooze over the edge. It'll be a little sticky. I'm gonna actually see if I can't get that little bit off there. It's not too bad because I wiped it off right away. And a little bit goes a very, very, very long way. There we go. There's 3. And one more. If your paper's directional, you may want to consider that when you're cutting your paper and applying it to your box. Not so much an issue with this, it just goes one way. So, easy enough. Okay. And there we are. Beautiful. Okay. So now what we're going to do is put a little bit of glue right here to put the box together, okay? Again, a little goes a long way on this. Here we are. And the easiest way is to just fold it like this, fold this down, and it works every time. And this box does fold flat, so that's kind of nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna trim this little flap here because it looks like it might be just a little bit long, and and I'm gonna do it right quick, or a little bit wider so it fits in. Sometimes just taking off that little sliver of paper makes all the difference. There we go. You have a box. I'm gonna put in, there's your flap, one flap. Fold it over, tuck this in, and there you go. Look at that. That cute. Great, great box. Okay, now we're going to decorate it. This one you can see I just put a little thank you on it. And remember I told you to save that piece you cut off? There it is right there. We are going to use the thank you is from, Thoughtful Blooms, which is a free stamp set that you can earn during Sale-A-Bration. And we're going to use the coordinating punch. So you can get the stamp set for $50 and the punch for $100. So I used the thank you. It fits right in that little flower. So what we're going to do is, where's my black ink? Thank you. Stamp this right. Put it right here. We'll make sure it's far enough in. Bingo. And it doesn't make any difference if it's straight because I'm going to punch it out anyway. Take the punch and you can kind of center it so that you can see the words. Punch it out. And there you are. There's that. Yay. Okay, now we're going to decorate the box. I cut out 2 circles. These are the 2 smallest scallop circles from the nested, I think they're nested circles they're called. It's the 2 smallest ones, and this is Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of a glue on the back of this. right here. This little flower, you could kind of, you know, curl the petals up just a little bit and put a little dot of adhesive of glue right on there. There you go. Got just a little bit of glue right there. There we are. Like I said, Tombow is something you gotta learn to use. And then we're gonna put a dimensional on the back of that. Right, we can put that right there. Look at that. And then we're gonna just get a little bow. This is my favorite ribbon from the mini catalog. It is called the, what's it called? Crinkled Seam Binding Ribbon. I just love it. I know you've seen me use it in other projects, but it's thin, it mails easily. You know, some ribbon, I got a little bit of static. I don't know where that came from. You know, some ribbon doesn't, is so thick and it's bulky. I actually mailed a birthday card, back in November, December, something like that. I had to go to the post office and put some extra postage on it. It had to be hand canceled because of the bulk of the, you know, the knot on the bow. But it is what it is. You learn, live and learn. Would have been fine if it was flat, but it had a nice knot on it. Okay, so this is what I do. I like to tie my bows while it's still attached to the roll. Then I don't maybe waste quite so much. Or if I have to start over, there you go. Okay, so there's my little bow. Getting better at those. I'm gonna get a glue dot here. I'm just gonna pick that glue dot up with my ribbon. Put it right on here. And there we go. 2 great little boxes that you could use for just a variety of things. So if you liked my video, please share it, and maybe I'll be sending one of these out to you next week, okay? I want to thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern for Stamping with Denise. Thanks now. Bye-bye.